If you could be anyone, who do you choose to be? Hello, I'm Stephanie Michelle, and this is the truth. You can be anyone that you want to be. The first step is believing it. As Wayne Dyer says, you have to believe it to see it. I'm going to share with you 3 different tips to creating your dream self. All right, listen up. The first step will be to identify your core values. So what I want you to do is take inventory of not just the actions that you take in your life, but okay, perhaps start there. What are the daily consistent actions that you take in your life, and what's the reason why? What is the value beneath the doing or even the being? So for example, if you have a daily meditation practice, perhaps you value peace, perhaps you value tranquility. If you regularly, let's say, host community events with your friends, or if you're a gatherer of people, maybe one of your core values is connection, community. Go ahead and write down 5 to 10 of your most consistent actions, maybe the small ones, but also the ones that mean a lot to you. And look below the surface and think about, why? How does that make me feel when I do that? And why is that? Second, we're going to identify the activities that elicit the emotions that you want to feel in that dream life. So this is a little bit similar to the first step, but not to be confused with it. So essentially, you've identified your core values. Let's say it's authenticity, connection, loyalty. There are so many different core values out there. So if you're feeling at a loss, go ahead and look up a list of core values. But once you've done that, what are some emotions that you would like to be feeling in your dream life? So we're going to start with the emotion. Let's say that you want to feel happy. Let's say that you want to feel relaxed. Let's say that you want to feel excited. So write down that list and allow yourself to feel these emotions bubbling up as you write them down. This is not a time to be 100% in our heads and like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great if I felt joyous? No, it's like, oh my gosh, joyous. What if I could feel like that all the time? What? Okay, and we're not thinking about, but that's impossible. No, we're just writing down the things that we want, okay? So once you identify, let's say at least 5 emotions that light you up, that you want to feel more of, or that you already feel that you'd like to expand, then I'd like you to write down at least 3 different activities that inspire that emotion within you. So for example, if you would like to be a little bit more carefree, maybe when you're dancing around your room in your underwear, you're feeling carefree. Maybe you already do this. Maybe you don't do it enough. So that could be one of your activities that helps elicit that emotion that you want to feel. So this isn't to be confused with, oh, I would like to feel abundant, but I need $1 million before I can do that. It's like, okay, let's back things up a little bit. So if you want to feel abundant, maybe taking a luxurious bubble bath helps you feel time abundant, energy abundant. So making that a part of your daily habit, maybe making that a part of your weekly habits or rituals is one way to inspire more of that. So maybe that ultimate reality that you would like to live becomes more accessible to you because you are embodying the emotion of the person that has those things that you haven't yet reached. Third step is to live out those core values and activities. So we've gone from identifying what are our values, what are the things that we value in our life, to identifying the feelings and activities that align with those values. And now, if you would like to put activities on your calendar to make sure that you do it, or set intentions, this is where the creation of yourself happens. And let's say that one of the activities that you would really like to dive into, maybe at this point in time, you feel like, oh, but I don't have the funds for that, or I don't have the time for that, or we always have excuses, right, that can keep us from what maybe feels a little bit scary because it's so good. What would happen? What would we do if we were able to actually experience and live out the ideal version of our lives. So this is something to check as well and be aware of, that sometimes what happens when you begin to live the lifestyle that you want, there can be this fear that sets in, because then you are being called to rise and expand even further. And maybe your whole life you've had these certain goals and then you met them and it's like, all right, bigger? Really? Can I do this? The answer is yes. But remember, when you believe it, you'll see it. It is contrary to so many things that we've been taught, so many things that we have learned. But this is an opportunity to take a look maybe outside of your immediate current social circle, out of the things that you've been told since birth, and to claim and decide what your truth is, what your truth will be. And even though it can be a little scary, it's also so exciting. So I would love to hear from you. What does your dream life feel like? Give me one emotion that you would like to be the embodiment of down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe. More good stuff is coming right at you. And until next time, have fun creating yourself.
I would love to invite you to a clarity session with me to find out if working one-on-one is your best next step. If you are ready to up-level your confidence, diminish social anxiety, build authentic, deep connections, and rise into the level of leadership that you are destined to rise into, then let's activate that. You can go over to thestephaniemichelle.com/coaching.